Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Amanda and I'm from Amanda Crochets, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful forest stripes baby blanket. This blanket is made using 3 different colors and is approximately 31 inches across by 31 inches long, and you can customize this to make this in any color that you wish. So this is what my baby blanket looks like, and again it has those 3 different colors that I just alternated, and I alternated colors every 2 rows. So I will show you a technique that will help you carry up the yarn along the sides without having to weave in so many ends, because that could be a very daunting task. So let's begin today's tutorial on making the Forest Stripes baby blanket. So for the Forest Stripes baby blanket, you're going to need a size H or 5mm crochet hook, and you're going to need 2 skeins of each of these colors. Now you can always use different colors if you would like to change it up. You can always make it into different shades of blue for a baby boy blanket, or pink for a baby girl, or whatever color that you would like. But I'm using the Peyton's Canadiana yarn, and this is a 3.5 ounce 100 gram skein, and it is 205 yards, 187 meters, and it is 100% acrylic. Now I bought this yarn on yarnspirations.com, so this is the website right here, and this is considered a number 4 worsted weight yarn, and it is machine washable and dryable, which is always nice. And then the recommended hook size is a US H8 or 5mm, which is again what we will be using today. So you're going to need 2 skeins of the pale gray mix. You're going to need 2 skeins of the dark green tea. And finally, you're going to need 2 skeins of the medium green tea. And I just really liked how these 3 colors matched up together. So again, you're going to need 2 skeins of each of these 3 colors and a size H crochet hook for today's tutorial. Okay, so for today we're going to start with the medium green color. And you're going to go ahead and make a slip knot. And for my baby blanket, I made a chain of 95. You can make any chain that you want if you want your baby blanket to be bigger or smaller. So if you would like to make your baby blanket a different size than mine, you just want to make sure that your chain is any odd number. So I again made a chain of 95 for my baby blanket, and for today's tutorial I'm just going to show you a small sample size, so I'm going to go ahead and chain 15. So to make a chain, you're going to do yarn over your hook and pull through that loop on your hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go ahead and make 95 chains, or any chain that is in a multiple, or that is in any odd number. So 95 chains or any odd number. Okay, once you have your 95 chains or your chain that is in an odd number, we can go ahead and begin with row 1. So in row 1, you're going to start in the 2nd chain from your hook, and you're going to go ahead and work a single crochet. So that loop on your hook does not count, and you're going to count 1 and 2 chains from your hook. Then in that 2nd chain, you're going to go ahead and insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and that is your single crochet. In the next stitch, you're going to work a double crochet. So for the double crochet, you're going to yarn over your hook first, find that next chain, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So for this pattern, you're just going to be alternating across the entire row, and you're going to work a single crochet, and in the next stitch work a double crochet. When you get to the end of your row, your last stitch that you make for each row is going to be a double crochet. So again, you're going to alternate single and double. So you just made a double crochet, so in that next chain you're going to make a single crochet. So again, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Next you're going to make a double crochet, so yarn over your hook first, insert your hook into that next chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. In that next chain, go ahead and make a single crochet, and in the chain after that you're going to make a double crochet. So like I said, you're just going to alternate a single crochet and a double crochet across your entire row, and when you get to the very end, your last chain should have a double crochet in it. So work across your first row alternating single and double crochets, and I will meet up with you at the end of row 1. Okay, so I'm coming up to my last chain of my row, and I just worked a single crochet. So again, that very last chain you should have a double crochet. And that completes row 1 of your blanket. Okay, so to move on to row 2, you're going to go ahead and chain 1 and turn, and you're going to single crochet into that double crochet that you just made from the previous row. So in this very first stitch right here, that's your double crochet from the previous row, you're going to make a single crochet. And I do want to mention that if you are a new beginner learning how to crochet, I highly recommend you use a stitch marker to mark the first and last stitch of each row. That way your ends are very even and you know exactly what stitch to go into. So when you make your very first stitch over here, which was the single crochet, you're going to go ahead and insert your stitch marker right here. And then for the last stitch, of course, you're going to insert your hook into the top of that double crochet. Okay, so to start row 2, you're going to chain 1, and again in that very first stitch you're going to make a single crochet. And then you're going to move your stitch marker and you're going to place it in the top of that single crochet stitch. In the next stitch, which is the single crochet from the previous row, you're going to go ahead and make a double crochet. So now you're going to go ahead and alternate this across the whole row. So you always want to make a double crochet into the single crochet from the previous row, and you're always going to make a single crochet into the double crochet from the previous row. So look below, and this is your double crochet. So you're going to make a single crochet in the next stitch. In the next stitch after that, you're going to make a double crochet. So alternate single and double crochet across the entire row, and just make sure that you are always making a double crochet into the single crochet and a single crochet into the double crochet. So go ahead and alternate your single and double crochets across the entire row, and I will meet up with you at the very end of row 2. Okay, so I'm at the end of my second row, and I have one more stitch remaining, which is going to be the single crochet from the previous row. So I'm going to go ahead and change color. So you're going to change color after every 2 rows, but instead of always having to cut your yarn and weave in the ends, I'm going to show you how to carry up your yarn on the sides of your blanket. So for the very last stitch, you're going to go ahead and start your double crochet, and instead of finishing your stitch, you're just going to simply drop that first color, and you're going to introduce your new color, which in this case is going to be that gray. You're going to leave a little bit of a tail. You're going to lay the gray over your hook, and you're going to pull through with that new color. And then I just go back and I give both yarn tails a little bit of a tug. And then you're going to go ahead, chain 1, and turn. So I will work a few rows so that way you can see the tails along the side, and I can show you how to carry up the yarn. But this is just going to help, like I said, with minimizing the amount of yarn ends that you have to weave in at the very end. So you're just going to repeat what you did in row 2, which is again a single crochet in that very first stitch, and then in the next stitch after that you're going to go ahead and make a double crochet. The stitch after that, make a single crochet, and then a double crochet in the next stitch. So by alternating a single crochet and a double crochet in this fashion, this is called the griddle stitch. I have used the griddle stitch in a few other tutorials, and I find it to be a very fun pattern, so I hope you enjoyed this as well. But again, you just want to alternate single crochet and double crochet, with a double crochet always in the single crochet and a single crochet always in a double crochet. You should always start your rows with a single crochet, and then you should always end each row with a double crochet. So you have your last stitch right here, and you're going to go ahead and make that double crochet. Chain 1 and turn, and you're going to repeat this across for your 4th row, and then when you get to the end, I will again show you how to change to that next color and continue working. Okay, so I'm at the end of my row, and again I have 1 stitch left, so you're going to start your double crochet. You're going to stop right there, drop your yarn, and you're going to introduce your new color. So again, leave a little bit of a tail, and you're going to start using that dark green color. Lay the new color over your hook and pull through with that new color. And then again, you're going to give 2 strands a little bit of a tug, chain 1, and turn. Now I know it's going to be a little bit tricky because you have 3 different strands of yarn attached to your project, but just go slow, and if you have to untangle your yarn skeins every now and then, that's perfectly okay. I had to do that myself. And when you alternate colors every 2 rows, your yarn changes are all going to be on the same side of your blanket, which is always nice. So when you have that, you're just going to have the yarn changes on the one side, like I said, and then when you do the border, you can go ahead and kind of hide those a little bit. So again, after you chained 1, you're going to go ahead and make a single crochet in the very first stitch and a double crochet into the next. So go ahead and make 2 rows with this dark green color, and I will again show you how to change colors using that method with the yarn up the side of your blanket. Okay, so I'm at the end of my row and I have one stitch remaining. So again, you're going to make that double crochet, stop, and then you're going to find that first color, which is that medium green color. And you're just going to go ahead, you're going to grab that color, you're going to just pull it up around your crochet hook, and you want to make it a little bit lax. You don't want to make it too tight because then your blanket's going to scrunch up. So you just want to make it the length of your blanket up to that point, and you're just going to go ahead and pull through with that color and tighten that that dark green color a little bit, and then chain one and turn. So when you work your blanket, you're going to have this along the side of along the one side of your blanket. And again, when we go back and do the border, you're going to go ahead and cover that up and you will never notice it. So chain one and turn, and then continue just like as we always have, alternating single and double crochet. So I will go ahead and work 2 rows with this color, and I will again show you how to change color using that same method. Okay, so I'm at the end of my row. So again, you're just gonna start your double crochet. You're gonna end right there and move your green out of the way. You're gonna find your color, which is gonna be that gray, and you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna pull up and lay it over your hook. Make sure it's not too tight, and then you're just going to pull through with that gray color. And again, it should just lie flat against your blanket. Give that green a little bit of a tug, and then you're going to go ahead, chain one and turn. And then you're going to be doing this for the entire blanket. So again, single crochet in the first stitch and then double crochet into the next. So you're just going to repeat this for the entire blanket, alternating every 2 rows. And if you prefer to not weave in as many ends like I do, then you're just going to go ahead and use that method by keeping the yarn on your hook or along your blanket along the side, so that way you can just pull up this on the side and make it a little bit easier for you. So again, go ahead and alternate every 2 rows with 3 different colors, and I will meet back with you and show you how to make the border. Okay, so I'm going to stop right here and say you completed the blanket. So my blanket started and ended with that medium green color, and I made my blanket 116 rows. Now if you wanted to make it bigger or smaller, that's totally up to you, but I had a total of 116 rows for my blanket. Again, starting and ending with that medium green color. So now what you're going to do is you're going to cut any remaining tails that you have. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut these 2 tails right here, and you should just have a little bit of tails to weave in. So with that green color, you're going to go ahead and chain 1 and turn, and around your entire blanket you're going to make a single crochet. So in that very first stitch, single crochet, and you're going to make a single crochet around your entire blanket. When you get to the corners, you're going to go ahead and make 3 single crochets in each corner, and then along the sides of your blanket you're going to go ahead and try and make your blanket as even as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and continue this, and then I will show you how to hide that one side of your blanket with all the yarn ends along it. So again, just one single crochet in each stitch around, making 3 single crochets in that corner. Okay, so I made 1 single crochet around my entire blanket, and I have 3 single crochets in each corner. So now when you come up to this side, you have the yarn that you just laid over the side of your blanket. So again, you're just going to try and make the sides of your blanket as even as possible. And then when you get to the part where you have that extra yarn, you're going to insert your hook into the side of your blanket, and you're going to crochet right over that extra yarn, and then that way it just hides it underneath. So just like that. And again, you'll have these tail ends right here to weave in, but to go over your other tail just like that, you can just hide it simply by crocheting directly over it. And then when you get to the beginning of your blanket, you have that corner where you had the 1 single crochet. So you're going to simply go ahead and make 2 more single crochets right into that corner, and then you're going to find that first single crochet and then just slip stitch that together. So here's what the side of your blanket will look like, and see how it just covers that up very nicely. Okay, so you're going to cut the green, and you're going to yarn over, and you're going to pull through and tighten. And again, you're going to weave that in. And now we're going to do round 2 of the border. So you can start anywhere you like. And I'm just going to insert my hook into one of the stitches, and I'm going to use gray. Lay the yarn over your hook, pull up a loop, and then I'm just going to go ahead and make a chain 2. Okay, now for this round, you're going to make half double crochets around your entire blanket. So yarn over your hook, and you're going to go into that next stitch, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops on your hook. Again, yarn over your hook, insert your hook into that next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. And you're going to go ahead and make 1 half double crochet around your entire blanket, again making 3 half double crochets in each of the corners. And that is pretty much what your blanket is going to look like. So let me show you the blanket again, and you can see with all those color changes, you can see the beautiful stitch work together, and then you can see the 2 different colors together as well for the border. This is what it looks like when you use the griddle stitch. You have a little bit of that up and down stitch because you have the single and double crochet stitches together. So I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial on learning how to make the Forest Stripes baby blanket. I hope you enjoyed making this, and use different colors, like I said, to switch up what you want your end baby blanket to look like. You can use any color combination that you would like, and of course you can change the sizing of this blanket to make it a throw size blanket if you would like, or you can make this a baby blanket just like I did. So thank you so much for joining me today on learning how to make the Force Stripes baby blanket. Please like, comment, and subscribe to see all future videos by me. And as always, happy crocheting! Bye!